is summoning me by that huge coffee, the cough that he has. You have a flame. You want to say something, huh?
That's why I came. I am so glad that we are where we are as a nation, that finally it has occurred to government that until the war against corruption is prosecuted in court, it remains only one thing: a political game. So I want to congratulate Haji for proceeding to court. But then, having congratulated him, it ends there. Why? Because when he called this high-profile press conference, this famous statement now, which is being replayed again and again, it is a very sad reflection of either the status of the investigations or the quality of the DPP that we have. Why? That statement there is a political statement. You are not going to win the fight against corruption through making political statements, especially when you're the DPP.
So how do you assess it to be a political statement?
You're going to win it.
No. Before you say that, how do you assess it to be a political statement?
If you interfere with the flow of my mind, I'll not make my point, and I want to be heard very clearly.
Okay.
Because we are supporting the fight against corruption. So if you're going to win the fight against corruption in court, it is not going to be through those kind of political statements. It is going to be through legal arguments, as I will be supported by my brother Otiende here, who is a top lawyer in this country. Now, it is laughable that the DPP wants to address Kenyans, including people like us, who know how government works. You see, the way government works, there is no way ever CS Rotich or my brother Thuge would have appended their signature on these contracts unless it was supported by written clearance from the Attorney General and the Office of the Solicitor General. There are two documents. The first one in this kind of project, Kenyans, is something called the financial contract. This is prepared not by the CS, it is not prepared by the PS, it is prepared by the Attorney General. There is, outside that contract, also the legal contract accompanying this. Again, it is prepared by the Attorney General. So, if these charges are true, where was the Attorney General of Kenya called Professor Githu Muigai, a professor of law? Where was he? And if some of the things have been signed after his departure, where is his successor? These are the people who should first have been charged, because they asked the CS and the PS to append their signatures to documents that they had drafted without having put into consideration the charges that they had put there. DPP is a young man, and therefore his brain is casting aspersions to the ability of young brains in high-profile jobs like the one he's having.
All right.
Now you listen to me.
Yes.
This is a very serious matter, man. We have prosecuted corruption in this country successfully, and we have used facts. You don't tell people, for example, you are charging Rotich for flouting the Public Finance Management Act. The same Public Finance Management Act is the one which writes and says that before money is released by the institution which is implementing that particular project, that money should have been budgeted for. The money that Rotich was using was not from his bank account. It involves very many high-profile government officers who would all be so foolish as to overlook and allow release of funds when this has not been done according to this. In that political statement that the young man is making, we have been waiting because cleverly you are putting there the photograph, I mean the footage of the DP speaking to the 20 billion as opposed to the 7 billion that he spoke to. We were expecting the DPP to clearly indicate where he has found this money has gone, who is with that money, be it an individual or an institution or a company. However, the guy has gone into generalities on a very serious matter like this one, talking about the procurement process and name it. Number 3, when you see Kamau Thuge here, a man who never wrote a statement at the DCI, it gives you a déjà vu feeling of the ICC, where a rogue prosecutor, or it was called Ocampo, came in and decided that once you give a dog a bad name, then that dog deserves to be killed. So the narrative has been driven, and now, just like Ocampo did and failed, they balanced people from the ODM in ICC and balanced with people from the PNU. Similarly, because of the ethnic narrative that has been driven around the deputy president, they are saying, if we don't bring in somebody from the Mount Kenya communities to balance, we will not fool the people well enough. Finally.
So he's not in his capacity as a principal secretary. You're actually seeing it through the prism of politics.
Exactly.
That now we're actually regional balancing so that it might not just that we're picking out from the Kalenjin community.
Yeah, we are demanding for those answers.
But
we
that
are
is
not
a very
children.
unfortunate way of seeing things
We are not children. Listen, we have a country to worry about. If you think it is a child's play, how come the value of the shilling has dropped? It's not a child's play.
Of course, this
the
is
final
the
point,
investors panic.
The final point, so that other colleagues can speak to this, is that I would like it to be known to Kenyans that the financing of Arror was through a template. And that template has been applied to round about 100 dams plus. The focus on Arror and Kimwarer dam is to suit the political narrative. Why? Because even before Arror and Kimwarer were financed, ahead was a dam in Kiambu, and not just Kiambu, in Gatundu. A dam called Kare Meno. This dam, already, the information I have is 3 billion, but I'm being corrected by the Senate, and the Senator must be having better facts than me, is that 4 billion shillings has already been paid. And when you go to Gatundu North, where this project is, the contractor has just arrived there to suit the convenience of this process. Otherwise, there have been no activities there. I challenge you that on next Tuesday, we go and carry out this debate from the side of Karemenu Dam. It is just a thicket, like the thicket you have in Arror and Kimwarer. The challenges being, Kenyans, that the process of compensating people is not something you tell somebody, walk out today. You have the political resistance that the local leaders will raise and all that. People have to be satisfied before people are evacuated. So, if what happened in Arror and Kimwarer is wrong, then, because the template is the same obtains to Karemenu. But the reason why it is not being pursued, it is because it doesn't fit the political narrative.
All right, thank you.
We want the office of the DPP to be the only place where, when you go to, you are sure you'll get justice. But not where you go to and you are served with the politics of the day.
Right.